Hello and welcome to the Telegraph Studios. I'm Rachel Downey and today we're going to be discussing the major security concerns around the adoption of cloud. Joining us we have Mike Newman from My One Login. Hello Mike.
Morning Rachel.
Mike, more and more people are adopting cloud. What are the biggest challenges?
Well, the biggest challenge for businesses is that employees are having to manage more and more business-related passwords, not just for legacy applications, but also for all these new cloud services that we're talking about. The reality is that an employee will go into his work on a day-to-day basis and log into the Windows computer. He'll then log into his Outlook applications. He might then go onto the internet and log into Salesforce, which is a cloud-based application. So more and more of these passwords have to be managed. Now the reality is that employees have to find a solution to that if the business doesn't offer one. And what that means is that typically they will store passwords in spreadsheets, maybe put them in Dropbox unsecurely, or they might store them in their mobile phone, and that synchronizes with iCloud, and we all know how secure iCloud is. So these kind of insecure practices all lead to significant risk for the business. So businesses really are losing control of their business passwords.
How can we make sure then that employees are all on the same page, that the amount of passwords and safety words, everything, that there's no security breaches?
Well, the first thing is businesses need to get back in control of their business passwords. And what that means is the solution that they put in place has to give them that control, but at the same time offer the convenience to end users that they need. So considerations are, does the solution they put in place work with legacy applications and cloud-based services? Because that's what's needed to offer the employees the convenience they need. The next thing to think about is, how does the solution affect security? It's no good putting in place a solution that actually weakens corporate security, so anything that goes in has to actually strengthen it and make the company more secure than it was before. And the final point is that you also need to consider deployment time. The service you put in needs to be easy and fast to deploy, so that you're not left with a rollout that's still going and still running in 12 months' time. So you want something that can be up and running within hours rather than months.
So listening to you, Mike, this is more than an IT problem, it's a business question.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's important that, if the right solution is adopted, it really should deliver a very clear and compelling return on investment. And if you look at the figures, they're quite compelling. Gartner say that something like 25 to 40% of all help desk calls are related to forgotten passwords. Now, with the right solution, you can completely eliminate those calls from your organisation, and that means eliminating all of that cost.
So, does this apply, would you say, the same way to small companies, medium companies, large-sized companies?
Well, with My One Login, it's a software as a service product, so that means that it can easily be adopted by a large corporate. In fact, you could have 1,000 employees, for instance, in a business, could be set up within less than an hour. If you take a smaller business, they can add their own users, they can store, share, manage passwords securely between the users, and in both cases it offers the convenience and the security that's aspired to.
So say we sign up, how long will it take, and will I need any extra assistance with it?
Well, it's a very straightforward process, and a large company, let's say of 1,000 employees, can be up and running in less than an hour. So really easy to set up and really quick to deploy. And that means that the benefits of security are literally minutes away.
How can you guarantee there's no leak of any data?
We use actually one of the highest standards of encryption available on the market today, and it's called AES. And basically what that means is it's a military grade level of encryption, and it means that all of the data that employees store, so all of the passwords that employees store with us, is encrypted in their browser and client side before it's sent to us for storage. So let's say the worst case scenario happened, someone breached our information, managed to get access to the information in our database, then they've got a bunch of useless information that's all scrambled, and it's totally impossible to decrypt without knowing the end user's phrase that was used to encrypt it.
Where do you see security in the future, say 5 to 10 years, and what would you say are the future trends?
Well, every few months you see articles surfacing about the death or demise of the password, and it's going to be replaced by something else. If you look back to the mid-90s, Hewlett-Packard decided they would introduce biometric fingerprint scanning on laptops, the service really never took off. And the reason for that is that any new technology that replaces passwords would have to overcome a significant number of technical, security, privacy, and interoperability barriers before it became widely pervasive. And for that reason, the password's here to stay for the foreseeable future.
It's very interesting, it really is. It's a very ever-changing and it moves very, very quickly, yet everything is quite constant. So thank you for that, Mike. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.